Hey guys, so I wanted to come to you live. I know it's kind of random that I'm doing this video right now. We're actually gonna finish school early today and we're gonna go eat with my brother-in-law who's in town, and I really wanted to just get some things off my mind and to share with you guys right now, because if I keep putting it off or do a Zoom later, it's just gonna not happen. So here's what I want to talk to you about. First of all, what I want you to do is, in this comment, right when you're watching it, I want you to tell me 3 things you're grateful for today. What has happened today that has been phenomenal, that's been awesome, that has been amazing? 3 things. I want you to write it in the comments. And that before you do anything else, even if you have to pause me in live video, that you can do that as you rewatch it. Then the second thing I want you to do is, I am going to strongly encourage you, as our group is going to change a little bit. We've talked, your leaders have talked, and we understand that this might be overwhelming for you at the time, and we all get that. And I guess the thing that I just can't stress enough is, I just don't want to leave anybody hanging here. And I can't stress enough the importance of feeding your mind. And this book, this Rock Your Network Marketing Business that we chose for you guys in this segment, is key and vital to your success in this business. There are so many things in this book that are just phenomenal. And I promise you, if you read this book from front to back and back to front and front to back again, there should be no reason that you should not succeed in this business. Even if you're in the busy season, even if you're in the slow season, even if you are going through the most horrible thing in your life, there should be no reason that you should not succeed. And I have not even finished the book, and I'm just, if every word I read, I'm just even that more inspired. And I want you guys to all be that inspired by this book. I mean, it is that powerful. So some really key things, and I'm just going to go through, just in case you haven't read it and you're thinking, I don't have time to read. I want you to, hopefully this video is inspiring enough for you that you want to be able to read it. So whatever you're dreaming, dream bigger. We've talked about that on a call already. Companies, the Sensi invests in our success. It's time for us to invest in our own success. And we deserve financial freedom. It's up to us, but we deserve to be financially independent. And we have to first choose that we want to be successful. We have to decide success for ourselves. One thing that I loved, and a lot of my leaders, I can't speak for Veronica and Paula's, but I can tell you, I can speak for some of mine, and a lot of my leaders, may be feeling this right now. It's a snowball effect. So like a snowball, you're rolling it uphill, and it goes pretty smoothly for a while, and you do well. You use your momentum, you use your excitement, you use your motivation that you have. But then sometimes you stop and you feel like you're exerting all this energy and your snowball isn't really getting much bigger, and you keep going uphill, and it's hard to go uphill with this snowball. Sometimes you feel like you're working full-time hours and you're getting paid less than minimum wage. And that's because you haven't reached the top of the hill yet. You have to keep going. You have to keep sharing. You have to make it to the top, and once you do, you're going to see that you can let that snowball go and you can start soaring downhill. Eventually your snowball is going to get little again, and you have to roll it uphill. It's a constant up and down, but you don't give up while you are rolling it uphill. You never quit. Quitting is the surest way to fail. And success, it begins with a decision to be successful, a commitment to seeing it through. You just can't quit. It's up to you to implement what you learn. It's up to you to share this learning with your team as well as yourself. Don't keep all this great knowledge for yourself. People struggle with limiting belief and a lack of self-motivation. Mindset and management of time and emotions are the places where people often get caught up. You have to develop an entrepreneurial mindset. It begins with you. I cannot make that decision for you. You are the one that makes it. We can always play the blame game. I'm right there with you. I mean, I can tell you that I haven't been successful because of my health, and because I homeschool, and because of this, and because of that. And I have been right there with you. So don't think that I am placing blame on anybody or pointing anybody out, but I'm just saying that we ourselves are our own worst enemies, and we are the ones that blame everything for our lack of success. But ultimately, what is it? It's us. That is why we're not successful. So more things that I'm finding from the book that I just cannot live without is this. I had to implement systems and establish hours of operation in order to stay focused and make the most of my little time that I had available. And she used to be a teacher, and she had very little self-motivation, and she had very little time because she was involved in church, and she was involved in her kids' activities, and she was all of us, every single one of us. Sarah Robbins was. And that's the thing. She had to make sacrifices. The hours that you do put into your business, they must be planned and purposeful. You must be prepared. Go ahead. I'll meet you guys inside. We're already here eating, and we're going to let my family go in. So I'll turn it off. So you have to set aside a minimum of 10 to 15 hours of income producing activity per week if you desire to duplicate a larger network. Now, this does not mean busy time. This does not mean making samples. This does not mean making flyers and labeling and things like that. What this means is income producing is sharing your business and inviting other people to learn more about your business. Sharing your product, which is our Scentsy, and inviting them to try it, to try the wax, to try the warmers, to try the laundry, to try the skin, to try the groom, to try all the products we have. Follow up. Follow up by signing people up and getting them started, because that right there, friends, is where the money is. It's getting people signed up. Now, you must control your time, or your time will control you. And that means you have to find the time for prospecting, for presenting the opportunity to have over coffee with people, attending your meetings, attending the trainings, training your team. You have to set the time aside, or it will never happen. If you find yourself overwhelmed, and I want you to pause this and repeat this if you have to, but if you find yourself overwhelmed by your daily commitments, which I can think that 99.99% of us are feeling this right now, especially in this busy season, I encourage you to look at what can be cut, like long phone conversations with friends, or maybe team members. Maybe you need to cut those team members' conversations to text messages. You got to find your time. Watching your favorite TV program. Maybe you need to cut back on that. Maybe you need to cut back on your social media time. You may have to learn to say no for a little while so you can say yes to the things that you love for the rest of your life. This is a small sacrifice of time that you will have to give up if you look at the bigger picture. But if you don't see the bigger picture right now, then it's hard to give those things up. And I'm not asking any one of you to do this. I'm just saying, if you desire success, if you truly, truly want to make this business work, you can. But you've got to do these things that she's saying in this book. It's a simple, simple thing. If you're serious about your business, then you're going to have to make short-term exchanges to produce the long-term financial freedom and rewards that come with this business. You have to be willing to pay a price for true time and financial freedom. And that price is sacrifices. Sacrifices now. You might be exhausted. I go to bed lately. I'm waking up at 5. I'm going to bed super late. But you know what? I know it's temporary, and I know that the results are going to be huge. And I wish I would have brought this today, but today I sat there and I had tears in my eyes, and I wrote down a different why than I originally thought, because I started homeschooling my kids 2 days ago. I mean, I've did it the last year too, but we didn't do it a full year. So my why is substantially different, but now it is not, there is no compromise, because I'm not going to send my kids back to school. They are thriving so much more. We cannot live comfortably the way we want to live on a one family income. So we used to make it work. It is not in the cards now. My kids play hockey and figure skating. Those two sports are, I think, the two most expensive sports known to man. And if I want to be successful, if I want to continue to make that happen for my children, I have to make this business successful. It is not even an option anymore, because I need to homeschool my kids, I need to keep them in hockey, and I need to keep her in figure skating. And they both compete, and they both travel, and that is very expensive. So I don't have a choice. And that is my why. And I deserve success, and my children deserve my success. And yes, they will sacrifice right now, but in the long run, when they look back, they're going to see that, you know what? Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom, for allowing this to happen. And I'm friends with Casey Stevenson, and she's our upline. She's Lindsay Bates's sister, and her daughter joined Sensi. And she posted on her Facebook page a couple yesterday or day before about, you know what, I'm so grateful. Thank you, Mom, for everything that you have done for me and being there for me growing up. And had it not been for Sensi, you wouldn't have been there for me growing up, you know? And just because my kids are, you know, now they're not in school, but because when they were in school, they still needed me. They still needed me, my presence at school. They still needed me. So that, to me, is not negotiable. You need to find what is not negotiable in your life that you want to make this business work. What is it? Make it happen. Make it your cry for help, if nothing else. Now, this is me, and I'm just, like I said in the title of this, I'm sharing my heart. But we've all been there, and this has happened to me just recently. And right before reunion, I made the decision. There was nothing that happened because I hadn't even gone to reunion yet, but I made the decision that I'm not going to do this anymore. I was very stagnant in my business. I was busy, and I stopped growing. And I just made the decision, and then reunion helped, and then now this program is helping me because I'm growing right alongside with you guys. Star director, superstar directors, everybody gets in the same rut. Everybody falls in the same trap, but it's up to us to make that decision. So yes, I got busy in my life, and I stopped growing. Not anymore, friends. Not anymore. That's not happening. Take time. We have to take time for our personal and professional growth, because it provides nourishment for our souls and it fuels our mind. It's more effective for everybody in our lives, for our kids, for our husbands, for our families, for our jobs, for our Sensi customers, for our team members. You know what? By us providing personal development, for us, everyone is affected. Trust me, I know. Thinking and believing positive things is what will change your life. At the very beginning of this video, I ask you to type in 3 things that you're grateful for today. It's been proven that if you think, we think 600,000 thoughts every single day. 20% of those are positive. Not even half are positive. We're going to change that. We are changing that, and we're going to change it right now. Even if you don't continue with this program, I want you to think more positively. Live a happier life. We deserve it. We all deserve it. We all need it. All the people around us, we all need it. So read something motivational. If you're a prayerful person, pray. Read devotions. Do something that's positive, that fuels your mind every single day. Again, we've all been there. I would allow distraction to discourage me, and I would allow every disappointment to demotivate me. Every time a party canceled, I would let that affect me. I would think, oh, I'm not successful. I'm not going to be good at this. I can't do this. I give up. I quit. You know what? I'm not going to quit. Because just because that person said no doesn't mean the next person or the next person are going to not say yes. And just because this person doesn't want to join my team doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't need to be blessed by this business. That is so not the case. We cannot quit. We cannot give up, my friends. We cannot. So this is it. She said, my words were either going to be fertilizer to my growing dream, or they were going to be poison. So I want you to evaluate right now. What are your words doing? Are they fertilizing your dream, or are they poison? All your words, not just the words that you think you tell yourself, but every single word. I want you to really think. Because again, the reason I can be so harsh is because I've been there, I've done that. I still do this. I may think like, oh, I'm a positive person, and then I get home with my husband and I'm like, I'm grumpy. No, that doesn't work out. I have to be positive in all aspects of my life. It is a hard work, but it is worth it. It is so worth it. And something that I did the past week, you guys, is the reason I looked like amazing in my videos to you was because I was decluttering my home, and I needed to do that for my life. I needed to do that for my sanity, and I loved it, and that in itself has made me a much happier person. I go to bed at night knowing that like I'm free. I'm clear of clutter. I'm clear of ugly thoughts. I want to live my life not stressful. That was also in my list today. It's like I'm not going to be stressed. I'm not going to put myself in that position whatsoever. because if I'm going to be stressed, it's not worth putting it into my life. And I'm living by those words. Your thoughts toward your business and team, if they don't align with your goals, then you will not be successful. You have to align your thoughts. So, some things that you can start doing, and you may be lying to yourself right now, but you could start saying, I have the fastest team in the company. I have the fastest growing team in the company. I'm going to be the top leader and the top earner. I'm going to earn that trip to Africa and be the top 100 earner. Now, those may not all be true, but when they're spoken out loud, they make you believe it. Every day you say them. It may be silly, but you know what? It's mind over matter, my friends. It really is. And then truly soon, your dreams, those words are going to become a reality. Our attitude is what determines our success. We have to decide, what type of culture do I want to create for my team? Because everybody here in this group is a team leader, and you have to decide, how do I want my team to be? Do I want them to be these negative people like I am? No. I want them to be positive and aspiring leaders. You have to identify that true why that I told you about. That is just really going to make you cry. That is so emotionally, you're so emotionally drawn to it. It's going to make you a much better leader. And then we'll talk more later, because I am hungry, number one, and I don't want to overload you guys with so much, but I really, truly just needed to share my heart and get it off my chest, because we've been trying as leaders. We are super busy as well, and we've been trying to put together a video with the three of us, which is hard to get our schedules together. We do not want to overwhelm you in this program, but bottom line, what I want for you and for all of you, my team, not on my team, what I want you guys to do is really think about it, what you want. Is this something that you truly want? Is this something that you see yourself being successful in? Do you want to live a positive life? Think about those things. And I want you to still write down 3 things in these comments that you're grateful for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and let's make it happen. Bye.